Ahoy, yar! Greetings, I am Tad Larkin, the lore master of Manda-LORE, and today I'll be digging through the archives to bring you technical readouts and the history of the Skorpenek Annihilator Droid. Standing at 3.5 meters tall, the Skorpenek Annihilator Droid was one hulking son of a shabuir built by the Colicoid creationists of Kala 4 for use by the Trade Federation. Sporting one red photoreceptor, the Skorpenek Annihilator Droid was also capable of seeing in the infrared spectrum as well as other radiation spectrums. Offensive armament carried by the Annihilator Droid consisted of dual rapid-fire laser cannons, powerful enough to rip infantry apart as well as most heavy vehicles, including ATTEs. The Annihilator wasn't lacking in the Defense Department though, as a tough particle energy shield resistant to most energy weapons protected this technological terror, and, interestingly enough, Droidekas would often take shelter within the Skorpenek's energy shield while their own were still raised. Despite the usefulness of the combat droid, Skorpeneks were used rather sparingly during the Clone Wars by the Confederacy of Independent Systems due to their rather lofty price tags, and it is widely believed that no more than 100 Skorpeneks were ever produced. However, the battles in which they were fielded in often turned the tide against the Republic as soon as the Annihilator droids were deployed, winning victories for the CIS at Palani and Formos. One Skorpenek Annihilator droid famously held the CIS line when Kala 4 was invaded by Republic forces sometime during the Outer Rim sieges towards the end of the Clone Wars. 4 platoons, led by an ARC trooper, Stek, descended upon the Colicoid factory and were subsequently ripped apart by a single Annihilator droid, sending Republic forces fleeing in defeat. Kala 4 held thanks to the Skorpenek. When the war ended in 19 BBY, Skorpeneks, along with all CIS droid units in the galaxy, were simultaneously shut down by the Sith Lord Darth Vader. However, that wasn't the end of the line for the Skorpenek. The Imperial Department of Military Research would go on to recover the remaining Skorpenek Annihilator droids in the galaxy, and many were actually taken to Biss, where they would defend Emperor Palpatine's citadel on the world. This transmission was suggested by Jedi Acolyte 22. If you have any suggestions for future transmissions, don't be afraid to drop a comment. In the meantime, keep your comm channels open for future transmissions, and don't forget to subscribe! Tad Larkin, out.